Hello, this is Stephanie. I am Intelligent Luxury. I'm host, the only employee. Let's start. We have a lot of information, right, to give you today. And I am watching Fox 5. I'm watching Fox 5, and they're reading off the names of people that were lost during 9/11. So let's pray for all the families that are still mourning people from this incident. And like I said, African Americans, didn't want to say that. Just want to say moving right on to that, to the information that I want to give people. My template for my script is a little different. I don't have any camera directions, and I just put it in a different format. I'm the only one speaking, so I just kind of write my script that way. So if you see my script, you can see my script uh, on the website. So I started posting scripts. So I'll try to post the script by tomorrow. The video I'll post first, and then the script by tomorrow. So we should have it up by today. That's just in case forget or something. So I'm Stephanie. I love reading books, and still reading Little Little Women. So we're going to read chapter. Let me get the chapter. Let's continue to read. And I actually left the Little Women in the car. Oops, little makeup on my leg. So that was actually in my script. So I love reading. Michael Jordan steakhouses are in the states of Illinois, Connecticut, and Washington. And the steakhouse uh, in Illinois is now in a casino. On my website, intelligentluxurymagazine.com, there are links to Mr. Michael Jordan's restaurants, websites, and a link to Marriott. Michael Jordan owns a golf course named Grove 23. Membership is by invitation only. Michael Jordan promotes Jordan brand on Nike.com or Jordan.com. So, actually, we didn't start Anne of Green Gables, which I want to start. This is not my script. We read, remember we read Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. We're still reading War and Peace. For War and Peace, I have this Classics Penguin Deluxe Edition, and I'm on page 381. I'm also reading Nyack in Black and White, Race Over. Uh, I'm sorry, I always get the subtitle incorrect for some reason. I need my tablet here. So we have Nyack in Black and White, Race Relations Over 3 Centuries by Carl Nordstrom. I covered it with my own Whole Foods cover here. Great book about slavery in New York, especially in Rockland County. So I have my Amazon Fire tablet here. Remember, we finished. We finished Frederick Douglass's narrative of the life and of our notes here. He was born in Tuckahoe near Hillsborough, 12 miles from Easton in Talbot County in Maryland. He lived in Rochester. They just renamed the airport after Rochester, after Frederick Douglass. And what's really interesting is that they have a tour, a Frederick Douglass tour in Rochester. And then if you go to the Library of Congress's website, you can find a link to Frederick Douglass's newspapers that he had in Rochester. What was the name of that newspaper? This is not in my script. So Rochester is so beautiful that I promote Rochester. I stayed at a hotel near the river. So Michael Jordan owns a golf course named Route 23. I wanted to promote Michael Jordan because he, Derek Jeter, and Kobe Bryant are people that helped me promote my website by letting me write about them and interview them. I didn't interview Mr. Kobe Bryant, but I interviewed the latter. I mean, the former too. And so remember to read this book. It's really good. It's talking about a slave who ran away. So I wonder if his real name was Douglas. And then you have Mr. Walter Price. So that's interesting. I know a Price. I know a Price. So the Price that I know is my maternal side of the family. I know one person, my mama. I was like, oh, it's a lot of people who owned slaves, and that was one of them. A popular name. In this edition, this great edition, in the appendix, they have speeches from him. He spoke in Ireland, which I think is really interesting. And I continue to read. I'm still reading what he wrote. And it's called The American Prejudice Against Color, an address delivered in Cork, Ireland, October 28th, 1845. In the name of Christianity, I demand that the people of these countries be interested in the question of slavery. So he's talking about all these nations who enslave Africans. So let's talk about Michael Jordan promotes Jordan Brand and Nike.com and Jordan.com. Let's talk about Nissan.com. He also sponsors the Novant Health Michael Jordan Family Clinic. So Michael Jordan has a Nissan dealership Uh, Let me write that there. I thought I couldn't, but now I can. And he has a Nissan dealership near Duke University. So y'all can look that up. Information is on my website, intelligentluxurymagazine.com. If you go to Nissan's website, you can find the dealership near Duke University, and you'll find Michael Jordan's dealership. So, U.S. Food Chef Store on 3304 Eastway Drive in Charlotte, North Carolina. I wrote about the U.S. Food Chef Store opening. It's a store, I believe, for only people who own restaurants. For further information about the Mercedes-Benz, is available at mercedesbenz.com. Please visit YourEngage101.com. Please visit Bloomingdale's.com. And please visit BarnesandNobles.com and BooksAMillion.com. All great stores. And you can also visit your independent bookseller. So it's so interesting. In an email through two American booksellers, us I was promoting the authors that helped me, like Derek Jeter and other authors. Just talking about why I was contacting them, and always looking for independent authors, local authors to visit, to have a discussion about African history, African American history, Caribbean history, and people who wrote fiction and nonfiction literature, Africans. So the issue is that don't have a large budget, and we are not close to any airport here in Rockland County that has a shuttle. We don't have an airport shuttle. So if anyone, not anyone, but good people are who were published by either a university press or a major publisher, they can contact me. And I want to thank everyone at Simon and Schuster division of CBS, and they always help me. Hey, ladies over there at Simon and Schuster and Penguin Random House publicists that always help me find authors that can drive to the event and speak for a small fee. So right now we can't afford to have large authors unless they're able to travel about 1 hour drive from New York City to Rockland County in order to speak about African Americans. So we can't have Frederick Douglass there. It'd be great to have someone if they know about Frederick Douglass. If you have Dr. Cornel West, Dr. Gates. Usually, I don't think I can pay their honorarium. So if they have a representative that would be able to speak for a very, very small honorarium or no honorarium at all, it really helps people. It's very expensive to travel to New York City from Rockland County to see authors, or maybe we can have it at a different some of part of it and raise funds for the Nyack Public Library at another venue. Parking is limited. So we're trying to arrange that for February 28th. Hopefully we'll be able to convene. It is our right to have assembly, right? Public assembly, isn't that in the Constitution? So let's quickly get through this because let me talk about what I read in a book. I read in a book about college admissions. So I wanted to go to graduate school. I have not been accepted to graduate school yet. I did take classes at Temple University uh, on the graduate level for no credit. And I took marketing 101. So I passed that class, yet I didn't get any credit. So it's a lot of fun to be able to do that. I hope I paid for the class. Did I pay for the class? Not pay for the class. I'm just joking, people. Uh, so that, so let's address the issue of you do graduate, but they may not release the transcripts if you haven't been able to pay off your tuition. It's great after years and years being able to pay off your tuition. So there was no Mayor de Blasio media availability today due to 9/11. So we're going to talk about different things. And let me quickly talk about, like, I watched the seminar last night with Dr. Cornel West again, which was a surprise because I was looking at different universities seminar program, and it was a surprise to see him again speak. And we'll talk about that. I took notes on that. That was this evening. And it's so amazing that you can watch all these people speak for free out of college. Usually, if you're a college graduate, alumni, or student of it, and you can watch them for Zoom. Of course, you don't want to take up any space from any students. But colleges have a lot of public programs for the public, where you can go and listen to people speak for free. And it's a great way to meet college professors and people, alumni, and students, and maybe that they can help you get into college. People who look like you, African Americans, European Americans, people who speak like you. People are always trying to help people get into college if they're a good person. So let me talk about Jan Diamond. I plan to watch that seminar today, so I better hurry up with this. And that was at University of North Carolina. Dr. Cornel West spoke with Mr. Robert George, and it was a great conversation. Both of them are have different ideologies, yet have a great way for peaceful public civil discourse, and I think that is fun. It's fun. So as I sit here starting your own business, sometimes you don't have a lot of clients at first. What do you have to do but read and watch seminars online, right, Dr. Bates? Right, Dr. Baxter, two Temple University graduates with their doctorate. So what do I get a doctorate in now? I feel like I should get a doctorate. Yeah, I still want to study business law. I feel it's so important to help new businesses or old businesses with different types starting their own business and with different types of law. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about what we're supposed to talk about. So remember, there's independent booksellers. Like in Nyack, we have an independent bookseller that we all go to. And one day, prayerfully, I'll be able to afford to shop at all the bookstores. So, but also just using my library card should be fun. Yeah, I think I owe money because some children lost books, but that's all right. That's all right. I am Stephanie. My website is intelligentluxurymagazine.com. I thought I returned it, but I think one is lost. So I have to pay for that, and then I could read more. So today I'm wearing apparel and accessories from Walmart, Target, Pandora, and Africa. And uh, so I'm running for president of luxury. I'm running for president of luxury, running for president of my own business. So usually when you're sole proprietorship, you call yourself a president. And that's the only presidency that I want, sole proprietorship presidency. When you have your own business, or so I want to be the president. So I am the president of Intelligent Luxury. This as Intelligent Luxury, and I have, my private company name registered with the county. Hallelujah. So the new Mercedes-Benz S-Class can be experienced with your senses. You're seeing, you're feeling, you're hearing, and smelling while offering numerous innovations in the areas of driver assistance protection and interaction. So that's on nbusa.com. Also, Mr. Robert Johnson, who I never met. I met Stephen Hill and Deborah Lee. I met them at Chelsea Piers, and it's not a nightclub. It's actually a sports and event venue facility in Chelsea, and that's the West Village, and Chelsea is different. And a lot of people have a lot of events there. So the BET people, thank you for having that event, and that's where I met a lot of different people. And Deborah Lee is inspiration. She's a woman like me, a leader. She doesn't have her own company, I don't think. But she was the president of BET after Mr. Robert Johnson sold the company to CBS Viacom. And I was an employee of CBS Viacom through CBS Radio. So, it was so fun that as a CBS Radio employee, I was able to run my own company, Blashionista. And That was my company, Fashionista. And it was for Black, Latino, and all nistas or fashionistas. I didn't create the word fashionista, so I don't know who created that word. Whoever created that word should get credit for it. So, good word. So, GoldmanSachs.com. Let's talk about the vice president. Redesigned Mercedes E Class family starts at about $54,250. So, Vice President Pence addressed the VMI Corps of Cadets at Virginia Military Institute yesterday. So, the Vice President Pence, in his address to the VMI Corps of Cadets in Lexington, Virginia, stated, and I quote, got that from Mr. Eddie Guad and the people at Princeton, and I quote, "It's an honor to be here at VMI, our nation's first state-supported military college." So that's interesting. I always lived near a military college in Rockland County. I live near West Point Academy, and I actually applied. I did not get in, probably because maybe I wasn't as fit as I should be. I don't know. But it's free tuition, so I applied. So, who are two of the West Point cadets and those that go on to study law and become JAGs, judicial advocates, lawyers? And we also that movie, A Few Good Men, and those are the JAG. Tom Cruise played the JAG, who is an attorney for the military. You ever read military codes? Quite interesting. Reading military codes or laws, as they say. So the Vice President and the Second Lady participated in the National September 11th Memorial and Museum's 19th anniversary commemoration ceremony today in New York. So that was good. And then they participated in the Tunnel to Towers Foundation ceremony. Tunnel to Towers Foundation September 11th memorial ceremony. So I thank them for that. So we are New Yorkers. We are not afraid of international gangsters or terrorists. We just pray that they stop terrorizing us. Pray for God. Pray to God that people stop stalking us and terrorizing us and forcing us to do things that we don't have to do. That's what we pray for. So Mary de Blasio, he didn't speak today, so he's probably working on opening up. Probably working on, the open streets. I believe are still. I think Open Streets is still operating. I think Open Streets program. So remember, go to your restaurant. You have your Open Streets. Restaurants open for business September 30th. You can plan your maybe restaurants events with small crowds. Plan small events. I don't know. Uh, so you should be able to plan larger events soon. It's National Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. So they have Marriott International inspires travel using the Let's Go There campaign. Remember yesterday we talked about the second quarter results? So I didn't want to talk about that again today. You can read the second quarter results on the website on the investor relations section. So if you're an investor, you have like some type of investment plan, usually your mutual fund manager has investments usually in Fortune 500 companies. So you can read about those companies, investment plans or quarter results, the 10K form or the 8K form. You can usually read that on the investor relations website of that Fortune 500 company. And Fortune 500, of course, has a list online of their companies, like the Black Enterprise list, 100 of different types of companies owned by African Americans or minorities. And then you have the Inc. 500 list, if they still have that list, where they have a list of independent fast company. Is private companies and Inc. Private, or not private corporations, smaller corporations, and one listed in Fortune magazine. So for more information about Marriott's concierge services, please visit quintessentially.com /Marriott experiences. New York staycations. Let's talk about New York staycations. Promoting tourism is my goal. So I thank them for giving me this information. So you have the NYC staycations, the Bronx, Arthur Avenue. Remember to go to feastonhistory.org. .com. I don't want to say .org because there's a PBS show that's similar, right? It's a food history. Both are excellent shows. So they have programs that you have to pay for, which is good, I think. Then you have Hudson Yards. So Empire State Building and Herald Square. So my classmate runs that website, feastonhistory.com, and that's what I like. Then you could start with the top of the rock observation deck. That's at Rockefeller Center. And you could see the Today Show, maybe. So if you see the Today Show, I'm always up for a competition, but not Nancy Kerrigan people. You know what I'm saying? So this is my prayer. Plan to visit Wales, and more specifically, so pray for my safety and I pray for your safety. So plan to visit Wales and more specifically Pembrokeshire. It has coastal walks and castles. Please visit the website visitwales.com or visitbritain.com for more information about traveling to Great Britain. And thank you to the British Jewelers Association. And thank you to Kate Middleton and Prince William's wedding publicists, one of them being Afro-British. Hello to all the Afro-British. That includes the Afro or the Black diaspora of people who live in Britain from Nigeria, from the Caribbean, from America, and from other nations. Let's not forget about the Afro-Asian British, as I want to name them, the brown Native Americans. So, um, learn from the best. Learn from the best. Learn from Dwayne Wade. I love lectures. This is so amazing that through this incident that we have so many online conferences, I'm able to sit and take notes, and I'm going to talk about the few that I saw and I'm about to see. So learn from the best. Dwayne Wade, Jordan Brand, Walmart, Target during Brand Week Masters Live, September 14th through the 17th, 2020. September 15th, the webinar on safeguarding trade secrets in China's changing IP landscape. Register to attend this latest in a series of U.S. Patent and Trademark Office webinars focused on intellectual property protection and enforcement in China. This free program's Safeguarding Trade Secrets in China's Changing IP Landscape will take place Tuesday, September 15th from 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, the NAACP has naacpconvention.org, and you can learn more about how to register for their online convention online. So I believe you do have to be a member to register for the event to participate. So maybe try to be. You can pay for your membership online and choose the specific branch and pay with a credit card. So that's good. Or your debit card. So read Love Your Life, a novel by Sophie Kinsella. Great, funny humor. I love all of her books. I read most of them, and they're really fun books. Sophia Kinsella. So Temple University's website is temple.edu. So remember, HBCU week is coming up. HBCU week. So tweet me. I don't have a photographer. I'm kind of like starting out. Starting out, it's all right. Don't want to over budget or take out a loan. Take those pictures with your cell phone cameras. Don't spend a lot of money if you don't have a lot of money. Just take a picture with your HBCU t-shirts, your coffee mugs, your headbands, your scarves, your little flags for HBCU, for the Historical Black College and Universities. And so, with that, tweet them to at Intelliluxury magazine at Intelliluxury, which is INTELLILUXURY, or you can send me a message on Instagram at you can Instagram me at Intelligent Luxury Magazine. That's the Instagram handle. And if you know me on Facebook, you can go to Facebook. So, in No Time to Die, Bond has left active service and enjoying a tranquil life in Jamaica, director Carrie Joji from Naga. Anyone that's called me on the phone before LinkedIn, I probably applied to be their Facebook friend, right? But now we can be LinkedIn friends, no? Or not, it's okay. I won't be offended. So then Daniel Craig with Jeffrey. So I am a member of the press, and I can go behind police line and knock on doors and ask people questions. Was a warrant or without a warrant? All right, here's a warrant for me to read this. So, a timely comedy, arrestable, irresistible night in knock on the store. So now available on digital, Blu-ray, and DVD from Universal Pictures Home Entertainment, starring Steve Carell from The Daily Show. I like Steve and Jon Stewart. I love that show. Visit Oregon, Microsoft Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, Microsoft Surface Computers, Adobe Creative Cloud, Apple Computers equals back to graduate school. I just created that. And then the U.S. Department of State is accepting applications for the Foreign Affairs Information Technology Fellowship Program through February 1st, 2021. Register for MED Week, Minority Economic Development Week. Register for that. These are some of my favorite book publishers: Penguin Random House, Simon & Schuster, and HarperCollins, one word. And then we have Michael Jordan's restaurants, Lehigh Valley Hospital. Support Lehigh Valley Hospital. I'm Stephanie. My website is IntelligentLuxuryMagazine.com. You have the U.S. Chef Store, you have Whole Foods Market, U.S. Bank, all people, very nice people. Fashion Week in New York is soon. Google that. With the or you can go to CFDA.org's website. Bloomingdale's sells clothing. Please visit Bloomingdale's.com. Please visit Louis Vuitton's website, LouisVuitton.com. Please watch Stephen Colbert from home. Reserve a luxury hotel room today. Embassy Suites Tampa and Downtown Convention Center. And watch 60 Minutes on CBS play The Sims by EA Sports. Remember with The Sims that you can design homes and apparel of characters, and you can design the characters for your film, and you can make small films. There are cheat codes. I don't know if the cheat codes are going to mess up your game. Like, so it's a risky thing. It's not like sanctioned by them, but there's a cheat code that you can you can get like unlimited amount of money, and that helps you create the design. So, you have to do a lot of things. So now I found that cheat code, and then I was like, oh, so then you can still make a movie, you can still film it, but it's fun to earn money and go bankrupt, and then you die. And watch what happens when you die, or if you have twins in The Sims. It's an interesting game about life, let me tell you. So please read about my programs on IntelligentLuxuryMagazine.com. Watch PBS, watch American History TV and Book TV. I don't plan to cook today. Create crafts and Bloomingdale's. Please watch CNBC on CNBC.com. You can watch it usually on CBS.com, or your cable company usually has an app where you can watch cable channels while you're somewhere else. So I love Free People clothes, dress free people. Please visit freepeople.com. I'm a White House correspondent. I read the New York Times, read the articles on NewYorkTimes.com, TheWallStreetJournal.com. I'm a lifetime member of the NAACP. Please visit NAACP.org. So go there, read about the NAACP, be a member, become a member. I think being a member was great. I actually was on an executive committee and was able to see the OJs and George Bush speak. I thought that was fun. And also local politicians speak. So it's really good. So you have the N dot, A dot, A dot, C dot, P dot. And then remember to put that period after your acronym, abbreviation, your abbreviated acronym. That's not an abbreviated acronym. Sorry. Sometimes I make up my own grammar rules. So I'm going to discuss REITs. So lease a retail location or a restaurant at a pre or some property group, shopping center, and then maybe pyramid group. I'll just say pyramid group. I'm listening to John Coltrane. Dr. Cornel West, he discussed John Coltrane last night. What a great speakers both he and Mr. George were about civil discourse, about being nice to one another, being kind, about love. It was very, very, very interesting. So remember to visit that Trans Canada Trail. So the trail goes across Canada from Nova Scotia to British Columbia. And I think it's not a continuous trail, or they're working on it to be continuous. So that's good. Don't go on the trail alone, of course, if you can. I wish the parks that had like people, maybe who can sit along the trail in case someone's in trouble. If you don't have someone to exercise with or walk with, just volunteers maybe. It makes me think of that railroad in Gloucester. That should be a park. As like it's just empty there, and the grass is growing. Something someone should work on. Follow Adweek webinars on Twitter at AW webinars, and my webinar is about to start in 10 minutes. But this webinar is going to be really interesting. It's hosted by Temple University. You can visit temple.edu for more info. Gospel Music Heritage Month celebration on Wednesday, September 30th. So let me think. So remember to take Hawaiian Airlines. Thank y'all for this information because you have that hololo. So I want to help them. Thank you for sending me. And then remember about the Roberto Clemente Awards. And then also remember about the Safeway Open Silverado Resort. That's today and ends. When is it? It ends soon, so y'all can look at that. I'm going to keep this Roberto Clemente information in this script. Each team has a Roberto Clemente player. Then I believe that you can vote to nominate for the national winner. Also, the National Restaurant Association show is next year. So Google National Restaurant Association show and learn more about that information. I'll leave a link to their website. Let me just talk about quickly what I want to talk about. So I'm just going to go very quickly. Thank you, everyone, for sending me information or providing the press with information. So, Book TV. I love Book TV, television for serious readers. Sarah Huckabee Sanders has the book Speaking for Myself, Faith, Freedom, and the Fight of Our Lives Inside the Trump White House on Afterwards. You can watch that at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturday, 9 p.m., and midnight Eastern Time, Sunday, 3 a.m. Eastern Time. So, thank you all for that information. Hopefully, I'll be able to watch it. You can register for Salesforce Coffee Break Series. So Salesforce has different things for people. Salespeople sometimes you don't have a lot to do, waiting for people to call you back after you send your presentations. So it's good to look at seminars. So It's about looking to shift your event strategy to a virtual experience. This is on September 25th. Join us for a special session to talk more about tips to run successful virtual events, including content and other items. I wanted to just say, U.S. Secretary of State Pompeo said, "Today we remember and honor nearly 3,000 people who were killed in the terrorist attacks in our 19 in our country 19 years ago on September 11th." So thank him for sending me that statement. Also, remember at the Utah Public Procurement Place, you have statewide marketing and advertising approved vendor list. So that's important. Remember to go through and make a list of all the procurements of each state. Each town usually has procurements. Each county and each state for you to get government contracts. Hey, Serena, interviewed her during Fashion Week. You have Serena Williams jewelry, and she has the Icon tennis bracelet, beautiful tennis bracelet, so you can wear your solo or stacked. So she has her own jewelry collection. We thank her for that. And then, if you're the head of the county, we have local state groups express concerns about new U.S. Treasury CRF guidelines. You can conduct research about that. Carolina Herrera showing during New York Fashion Week. You can Google that. Find out when she's showing. Usually it's probably on cfda.org, which is the Council of Fashion Designers Association. And then you have Patriot Day. So Patriot Day is September 11th. So today is Patriot Day. Also, I didn't get to see this panel discussion, but you can watch it, I think, on the Studio Museum of Harlem's website. It's about a show called Screening of Mr. Soul, and you may be able to uh, purchase the movie or watch the movie. On September 14th at 11:30 a.m., you can learn more about super polling sites in Newark, New Jersey. Eva Longoria joins the lineup for Academy Dialogue conversation on the erasure of Latinos in Hollywood. So I think that's today. I'll try to watch that today at 1:45 p.m. Pacific time, which is about 4:45. So I may not be able to watch that. Yeah, if anyone is able to ask that, it's a part of an Academy Dialogue that starts with us. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences presents a conversation exploring the complexity of being Latin, the legacies of colonialism, identity, and solutions for inclusion. The panelists includes Executive Vice President Production, Marvel Studios Victoria Alonso, Casting Director Carmen Cuba, from The Martian, director Nadia Hallgren from Becoming, actress, producer, director, and activist Eva Longoria, and founder, president, American Entertainment Marketing, and co-founder, LA Collab, Ivette Rodriguez, moderated by the Academy's Lorenza Munoz, executive vice president, member relations and awards. So for more information on Academy Dialogue and upcoming programs, go to the Motion Pictures Arts and Societies Academy website. Let me talk about Gary Jacob U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum. They have an event on October 14th, so it's important to about that. And then the Marriott International CFO is to speak at JP Morgan Gaming, Lodging, and Restaurant. Gaming, Lodging, Restaurant, and Leisure Management Access Forum September 14th. And the remarks are to be webcast. So Miss Ivanka Trump, Ms. Ivanka Trump, or Mrs. Kushner, she spoke yesterday at the State Farmers Market. So I thank the pool for giving me information about that. So also Secretary Perdue spoke. He said this farmers market is a jewel. So that was interesting. And Also, the Hill examines economic development through electrical vehicle industry. The House Transportation Committee heard from the industry experts on the future of electric vehicles. So remember the Festival of Licensing, and also Marriott International announces escape to luxury with Marriott Bonvoy. Members include $300 with stays at participating luxury hotels and resorts across North America, the Caribbean, and Latin America. Thank you for watching. This is my show, Intelligent Luxury, sponsored by my mama. And thank Michael Jordan. Oh, that's